I've received the edits back for my thesis. And now comes the part where we spend the next, 5-ish weeks editing the thesis and getting it ready for defense. I'm very nervous to open up my notes and see what my major professor said, but it's something that has to be done. Hopefully getting to opening them up and then taking notes of what I need to change first, maybe what I need to add, take away, all that stuff. And then from there, I already know I need to add to my conclusion because my conclusion is so short. I chose the journal article route, and so it's roughly 30, it's a little over 30 pages right now. And we have to pare it down to 30 pages. So I'm sure there's lots I need to add. I'm sure there's lots I need to take away. But with all that being said, yeah, welcome to 5 weeks out. It's not a hard today. Today, I get to go to the gym. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna go to the gym. I just finished leg day and going down the stairs hurts so bad. Oh my God. All right, I made it back to my office. I also got the new protein cold foam from Starbucks. We have a Starbucks on campus, and so after my workouts I like to treat myself to a little drinky drink. And yeah, I ended up with the sugar-free vanilla protein cold foam, and my immediate reaction is you can't taste the protein in it, which is nice. Now I'm in my office, I'm gonna get ready, and yeah, and then we're gonna go teach a class at 1 o'clock. So just made it home, or we have our RFC meeting that's about to happen. Hopefully this will only take 30 minutes. Okay, we're here. The mothership, I guess you could call it. I don't know. I got both laptops open. I got this laptop open. I got this one open. We are about to open these edits. I'm trying to get my screen configured. I have my favorite hat on. I have my coziest sweater. I have my cute little cup and coffee. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I think I'm nervous because this is one of those things that for me, so I met with one of my committee members this week for the first time. And the only reason I met her for the first time this week is partially because things didn't align, and this summer was absolutely crazy with top passing and school and all the things. She asked, oh my gosh, we're at version 97. She asked me, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to go and get your master's? I'm why are we doing this? What's the point? I'm great question. I'd love to tell you. And the answer to that is basically when I was in undergrad, I had in the back of this little noggin, that, oh my gosh, it'd be so cool one day if I was a doctor, if I had doctor in front of my name. And through all of this, undergrad, I was it'd be cool. And people would ask, because I really was into research. I did a lot of research. I spoke at a conference. I won a research grant as an undergrad, and I won a $1,500 research grant, which I know in the grand scheme of things isn't a lot, but as an undergrad who had never done research before, that was a big deal. So, I'd always got asked oh, are you going to go and do your master's and da-da-da-da. And I was no. Because at the time, I didn't realize that there were hybrid programs, and that was pre-COVID. So I don't know how many there were and how many good ones there were, but yeah, anyways. So I, go into corporate world, and the thought disappears and dissipates, and I'm okay, well, now what? And then, of course, I got hired on as a course assistant at TWU, and I was I'm actually really enjoying this. This is a lot of fun. I really like this, and I'm good at it too. And, there came a time where they needed some extra hands to teach some classes. And I was well, hey, I'd love to teach one. And they were oh, you can't because you don't have the fancy paper. And I was like, do I have to get the fancy paper? And they were like, yeah, unfortunately you do. And we spent 6 months back and forth. It turns out I did have to get the paper. Started getting the paper. And thankfully I was able to teach like that next fall after I started working on my master's. The boys are playing on the floor. And so then it kind of like, as I'm going through this, I'm having so much fun. And people are, when I talk about my thesis and when I talk about my topic and when I talk about the experience I've had in grad school, it's been a predominantly positive one. I'm telling her the story and she's like, you have such a passion and I can tell. And I just want to let me know how I can encourage that passion. And that just meant a lot to me. Been thinking about this for so long, never thought it would actually be real. And I'm sitting here in front of my first round of thesis edits, 5 weeks away from defending said thesis that I'm editing. And yeah, I just wish I could go back and tell undergrad me that you're going to do it and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of work. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Now that I have procrastinated to the point of telling you a story in hopes that it makes it better, let's go through these edits. So, oh no, I don't want it on Word Online. Ugh, Word Online sucks. I fear that we are going to edit in chunks because there is no way that whole section does not need edits. I can get these edits done, or I can get a chunk of them done by Tuesday. So this is what I'm assuming is going to happen from here. And this is just assumption. I've never done this before. I need to be so clear. I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing. I am literally as green as they can be. So 300 and up have edits. Everything 300 down does not. I'm assuming we're going to perfect that first portion and then we're going to move into that second portion. This is what I need to do now. I need to make a checklist and I need to make a timeline, because if I don't make a timeline and I don't follow it and I don't have my bestie and the Subaru girlies like hold me accountable to it, it's not gonna get done. Part of why I waited so late, part of why I'm drinking a little espresso at 9 o'clock at night is so I can stay up to midnight to listen to the showgirl. So that is going to be my reward. Once I get up to line 100 edited, or at least 200, I will reward myself with the life of a showgirl. Okay, so I've made my list, listened to the Taylor Swift album, chatted with both my friends who also listen to the Taylor Swift. We basically like live texted each other during all of this. I'm going to bed. Hello, good morning. I had a lot of comments on citations, and so for me, the citations in, and I like put like cite like in parentheses, and I just didn't go back and edit that, because after a certain point of looking at your thesis for so many months and days, you get to a point where you become like blind to like what you're looking at, and so you just kind of move on. It might mean that I have more edits, but you know what? I turned it in. Okay, so we are technically well into week 4 when I am recording this outro. However, week 5 pretty much ended with me finalizing some edits before my Tuesday meeting. 5 basically ended with me finalizing some edits, looking at, the last few lines of, my edits. I said I wanted to get from line 1 to 300, and I definitely did before. I think I made it to line like 250-ish before my meeting on Tuesday, so I'm really excited for that. But yeah, this is the road to defense. It is basically a lot of just behind the scenes of what it's like to be a full-time grad student and a full-time a teacher and person with a full-time job, basically. And it's a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot. It's a very emotional process, and it's something that, you know, is a lot to juggle. But I want to really, and I really hope that this Road to Defense kind of series shows you and is a candid explanation of what it's like to be a grad student, especially a hybrid grad student. I feel like that's also something a lot of people don't even take into consideration, is being a hybrid grad student, especially one that's in a creative, hands-on field like fashion. Fashion is such a hands-on, intense major, and I loved being a fashion major. I still love being a fashion major. I love teaching fashion. It's truly something that brightens my day and brings me so much joy. And so it's so interesting, you know, being a hybrid student, let alone being a hybrid apparel design and merchandising master student. I hope that you have enjoyed a little bit of, you know, behind the scenes of what my week has been like. And I know week 5 might have been a little boring, but let me tell you, week 4, again, I'm filming this slightly into week 4, so I know what week 4 has been like. You don't know what week 4 has been like, so get ready, buckle up. Let's click to the next one. Let's keep this buddy going. So if you're enjoying this, be sure to stick around for week 4 and, of course, all the other weeks in the series. And I'm just really excited and interested to tell you what happened in week 4. And if you stick around, enjoy week 4. And if you stick around for the entire series, welcome to my life as a grad student and about to be a PhD student. So I'm so thankful for you guys for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for spending your time with me. And I'll see you on the next one, besties. Bye.